What is Assyrian Martyrs' Day, which is held every August 7th across the Assyrian world? First, it's about understanding sacrifice, the sacrifice of one for many. Second, it's about seeing continuity in Assyrian history, the continuity of suffering that Assyrians have experienced over the centuries. And third, it's about understanding the overcoming of suffering and understanding better the importance of our language, our history, our culture, our heritage. And books are extremely important in this regard because books are not simply paper. Books are the voices of the past, yearning to tell us that we as a people should continue on. Martyrs have always been revered throughout our history, particularly our Christian history, men and women who have sacrificed themselves for the sake of their faith and to preserve our ancient churches. But in 1933, in the village of Simele in northern Iraq, over 3,000 Assyrians were massacred in cold blood by the Iraqi army. Men, women, children, elders, priests, and other leaders were bayoneted and dragged through the streets. And this sacrifice in 1933 in Simele became a symbol for the martyrdoms that came before and the martyrdoms that came after 1933. We delve deep into the past to see the sufferings of our people in 612 BC, defending the ancient city of Nineveh and other cities which were being destroyed when the Assyrian Empire was falling, through the times that the martyrs in Christendom were suffering harm and killing, all the way up until the Assyrian genocide of 1915 and then 1933 and the times after. On August 7th, we recall the Assyrians who died protecting Nineveh from its fall. And still today we see their bones. We recall the warriors of our faith, such as Marshamun Barsabai, who was martyred along with hundreds of his bishops and priests in the 4th century to keep our faith alive. We recall the men and women of Tiari, of Tkhuma, of Diz, and Qutanas in 1843 and 1846, who were massacred in cold blood. We recall the women, the children, the men whose lives were taken during the Assyrian genocide in the districts of Jilu and Baz and Urmia, Sirt, Ahmed, Mardin, Midyat, and throughout Tur Abdin. We recall the names of Banyamin, Shummun, Ad-Dayshir, and Martuma Odu, whose lives were given so that our people can live on. We recall those who resisted our persecutors, Yosef, Hubert, and Yohanna. We recall the Simele massacre, finally, and the pain that it still causes us today, but more importantly, what it teaches us. Some people believe that the greatest danger our people face is the loss of lives and property. But as the martyrs show us, that's not true. Our people have faced guns and swords throughout the centuries, but we as a people have survived. So the greatest danger that our culture, our history, our nation faces, our very existence, is the apathy and indifference that our people feel. Contained in many of these books are the voices of the past, urging us to proceed as a people, as a nation, with culture, history, and language protected. It is for this reason that our martyrs passed. For this reason, our martyrs sacrificed themselves. And it is for this reason that you today should recall our martyrs with reverence, and you should seek to protect our language, our history, and our culture.